Hello everyone and welcome to the CodeGenie tutorials. Last time we learned how to write the for loop and the if statement and the if else statement, and we said that whenever you want to repeat something, then you want the for loop. If you want to test some value, then you have the if statement. If that value is equal, or if some variable equal to some value where the condition is true, then you need to execute something, otherwise or else you will execute some other thing. Today we are going to talk about the switch statement, which is similar to the if statement, but it is like a multiple if statement, or we can test different condition, not just one condition. So let's erase this previous code and let's start with the switch statement. So if we have some variable and that variable equal I, then if I has some value uh, like 3, then the switch statement start with the keyword switch. And similar to the for and if statement, it should be only small letter. You cannot write it in a mixed letter. You cannot write it in a capital letter. Then we have two parentheses, and inside the two parentheses, we have the variable that we want to test. So we are going to test the value of I. If I equal some value, then we will do something. If I equal another value, then we will do something else. We need to open a block of code by the opening curly bracket and the closing curly brackets. Then we have the case keyword. So sometimes it is also called the switch case statement because it has the keyword switch and the keyword case, and similar to the other keywords, the case statement cannot be in a mixed color or in a capital letter. It should only be in a small letter. After the case keyword, we have the colon or the two dots. Uh, or sorry, we have the number or the value that we are going to test. So in this case, if we have case 1, then we will do something, or we have the colon and we will do something. Then at the end of each case statement, we have the break statement. So let's say if we have 1, then let's say we are going to draw a dog, for example. Then we have at the end, we have the break. Okay, so don't forget to put the break statement. So this is the first case. Now case 2, the second case, if I equal, let's say 5, then we will have like let's say a cat. Okay, and we need the break statement. The other case I equal let's say 3, then we need to have like let's say the monkey. Okay, and we need the break. Now let's run and see what will happen. Now we have the monkey because I equal 3. So it is going to test the value of I. If it is equal to 1, then we will have the dog. If it is equal 5, then we will have the cat. If it is equal 3, then we will have the monkey. Now let's change the value of I. Let's make it 5. Let's increase this. Okay. Or this, just the Y value. Okay. Now we have the cat because we changed the value of I to 5. So 5, we have the cat. Now let's change the I value to 1. And we have the dog. Now they are in a different location because the value of the x and y are different. Now let's make them similar. So we will put them in some variable. So we will put them in some variable called x and y instead of a fixed value. And we are going to give x and y some values. So let's say x is 10, semicolon, and y is like 100 and semicolon. Now you can define two variables in the same line. We just need the semicolon at the end of each assignment statement. So we call this an assignment statement because we are going to assign the variable some value. Okay, now if they should be in the same line. If it is a 3, then if it is 5. Okay, now let's put the switch statement inside some for loop. So let's define some for loop and let's put the if statement, the switch statement inside this for loop. So Control X inside the for loop. Now we have the value of I changing from 0 to 9. Let's make it from 1 to 10. So it will be, or the first value will be 1. Then the last value will be 10 because we put less or equal. If it is only less, then the last value is 9. Now we have all the three of them, the dog and the cat and the monkey, but they are all on the same X location, and Y location. So either we change the Y or we change the X with the I. So I'm going to change the value of X relative to I. So I'll multiply it by like 30. Similar to the other one, I'll multiply it by 30, I by 30. Okay. So we have three of them because we put the switch statement inside the for loop. So so for the first time, the I was 1, and we have the dog in the where in the X location, which is less than the other two X location, because we have the I equal 1. So only this case was executed, and we have the dog in the first place. Now when I equal 5, we have the cat in the fifth location. When I equal 3, we have the monkey in the third location. Now we have something else in the switch statement. This is called the default. So let's say default. So the other keyword in the switch statement is the default. So if it is not 1 or 3 or 5, then what should we do? We are going to put this smiley face, for example. Now let's run again and see. Let's change the X and Y similar to the other emojis. Okay. Let's give them some distance. Let's make this 50, 50, and 50. Okay. So if the I value 1, then we have the dog. If the I value is 2, which is not one of the cases, then it is going to the default state and we have the smiley. If I equal 3, then we have the monkey. If I equal 4, then we have the smiley face. If I equal 5, then we have the cat. Otherwise, we have the smiley face, or the default state are the smiley face. Now, let's do another example. Let's take this. Now, if you want to keep your code, you can either save it, you can share it, or you can open another tab. So the best way to save it, it will be saved locally to your uh, desktop or computer, and you will be able to find it as a text file in your download folder. Or you can share it. So you can press share and say okay, and you will find it in the other, in the most recent. So this is the your code. Or you can open a new tab and write the Cogeny again to try something else before going to your uh, uh, to your previous code. Okay, I hope the switch statement was easy to you, and see you in the other tutorial.